Welcome to a Family Day podcast.
That's not what we're called.
Welcome to Booze and the Bees, a Family Time podcast.
Family Time podcast?
That's what we're talking about today.
Okay. Did we get your attention?
Are you a tent?
Okay, go ahead.
You better
Since
go
you
camping.
planned this topic.
Because you're a tent, you better go camping. Because you're attentive, a tent. Do you like that?
This is a really rough start.
I think they like it.
Okay.
They don't like it. They hate it. Well, we went out today. That was fun. We got to spend some time with people.
With our child. The only person we spent time with.
Yep, that's it. And then like people at the grocery store. They were nice. Okay, that's my topic.
Well, you labeled it Family Time podcast now, so I guess we're talking about family.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what to... No.
We were talking about activities we could do, and we were trying to find boba, but like the popping bobas, and they only had these big jugs, and they were like $30. I say, I'm not going to try these bobas for $30, but I think it's something that we could make, and that'd be a really fun activity. This is a one-sided ass conversation, everybody out there. For any of you who know, all the guys watching this are like, God, I feel the pain.
I already said how I don't like talking about our day, so like I'm just letting you do your thing.
Well, then we'll not talk about any activities that we'd ever like to do.
Yep, that's how it goes. Right, ladies? Since we're calling people out and like tell them one thing, then they can't do any of it. Don't say this. I'll never talk again.
I'll never do it. There's no point.
Call me dramatic.
But
yeah, sorry y'all. I don't really have anything prepped like always. But we're still doing this daily. Well, yep. He just keeps looking at me.
Well,
like
I gave a topic and you like very clearly said you do not want to talk about it. So I'm just waiting for your topic. So now
I already said I didn't have one.
Well, what are we gonna do?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes our banter is pretty good, but it's off right now.
Yeah, because you don't want a topic. You just want to put it out in the universe.
What?
You just want to put it out there. It's like, well, you made a bad topic, so I don't have to take any responsibility for the lack of banter. So I'll just not reply to you and just say, and then that'll be the chat. Or, hear me out. You could respond with a sentence. Just looks away. Is this going to be like Lord of the Flies podcast? Because all there is a bunch of buzzing on the end of their screen.
Is that like a show?
Lord of the Flies is a book about some like kids stranded out in the middle of an island and they like eat each other.
Oh.
So not like Lord of the Flies, but more just like Lord of actual flies, where it's just we're buzzing and aren't saying anything because flies can't speak English.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Because flies can't speak English. In case y'all didn't know.
The more you know.
Rough.
Yeah.
I haven't been thinking today, so I don't. And I didn't scroll TikTok. That's usually how I normally find our topics.
Well, it's kind of good though. And that's why I said instead of that, we could do Family Day and talk about different activities.
Yeah, and we went to the store today.
We don't have to do like
really exciting.
A breakthrough of our day. We can talk about different activities that people can do with their family. That's fun when they don't have money.
Oh, well, that's a topic. But no, you were talking about the day and I said I didn't want to talk about our day. So then you just totally made me seem like it was just no other option.
You know, they're all going to see everything.
Talk about our day.
And they're going to comment and be like, Ella.
Oh, yeah, we had a comment to go over.
Is being stinking.
None of them are going to say that.
They're going to say that in the comments. They're going to be like, he tried his hardest and you didn't want to let it happen.
Okay. We'll watch this back and watch you trying your hardest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Do you want me to read my comment now?
Sure. I'll even reply with full sentences.
We're supposed to like have like just us tonight and like
and a ton of work and no earth. And new ramen though. That'll be cool.
Hopefully it's good.
We'll find out. We'll find out tonight. Maybe even record it.
Maybe. Okay. I don't know if you remember that one comment that was addressing how I didn't.
I wonder what comment you're gonna say. I wonder if you're gonna get another comment, maybe.
Stop. That's not what it's about. Excuse me. It's just ironic. I'm crying. There was a comment we got a few weeks ago that we addressed saying basically how I don't really contribute to the conversations in our podcast. Are you trying to say I don't?
You do.
Are you trying to say I don't?
Yeah.
He didn't take my side during that episode either. You can watch it. So, anyways,
go back and watch the episode.
The same person, Tanya, shout out. She's still watching all of our episodes,
which is awesome. We love that.
And she wrote, even though my other comment was seen as negative, I'm still here watching each episode and supporting you guys. Pause. Sorry that if it seemed like I took your comment as negative. But yeah, I remember him saying like the criticism was great. So
yeah,
I do appreciate it and want criticism.
Yeah, we need to know how to improve because obviously it's not perfect. If it was a perfect show, we would have more viewers. So
yeah.
Yeah. Anything we can do to improve is awesome. Awesome feedback. It's never negative, and we definitely appreciate it. You watching all the episodes is really cool.
Yeah. Love your support. I appreciate everybody who watches our content truly, because I know like we have days where it's just not, we're not on top of it. And it's so, I mean, for me, not entertaining, but I mean, for other people it is. But I forgot where I was going with that. But anyways, she had more to say. This was commented on the episode where it was the Men Hate Emotions. So we were talking and it was like a really real episode and I cried like twice. And she said this podcast episode is probably the most realistic one out of all of them because people go through this on the daily and it's okay to not be positive every single day. Don't be hard on yourself. It's a little heart emoji. So I thought that was a nice comment.
That is real nice. It's glad to see that anybody kind of, you don't get a lot of feedback when you do this sort of industry and you're starting out. Mm-hmm. And then when you're very popular, you get too much feedback to where you don't really take any of it because you get 1 million comments per video, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So it's really neat to see that people out there get to watch us, just be real and be ourselves and understand that so many people out here are struggling just like they are and that they're not alone, because I think a lot of people feel like they're alone.
Yeah, because we also like definitely try to I try to put up this like positive, not like a front, but I definitely try to show y'all more positive. Like obviously I show the negative too. I cry on the internet, but I just try to mostly put positive vibes out there, and then I'm sure it can come off as misleading because people will come into my chat and be like, how are you happy all the time? And I'm like, well, I'm not. Mm-hmm. And it's just not realistic to be. But I am way more positive than I used to be as a whole, that's for sure. So that is definitely something you can work on. But you have to be easy on yourself for the hard days because they're still going to happen.
Yeah, and it's good to see that you can have hard days and the people that you watch have hard days. Mm-hmm. And especially the most popular people on the internet, a lot of them don't show those hard days. Some do.
That's why I love Trisha, because she did.
She's a wreck. But that's just because she's human. And that's a very relatable thing to be human, because we're all wrecks at some point.
Yeah, I've never seen Hormozy do a crying video.
No, and I wouldn't imagine, right? But he has had his moments where he talks about his past and stuff, and like that he's gone through so many terrible things and gone through so many different types of emotions. And
Mm-hmm.
he even talks about patience. And he's like telling Layla, I'm just not a patient person. This feels horrible. I hate waiting. This is awful. I wish I was more patient. And Layla said, I think you're very patient. He's like, no, this feels terrible. And it's like, yeah, but are you doing the thing that a patient person would be doing? He's like, well, yeah, I'm doing the waiting thing, but I hate it. And he's like, you don't have to like the feeling to be the thing. You still are patient, even though you don't like being patient, doesn't mean you're not patient. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but maybe is it like a sense like because he doesn't feel patient? That's what he means. Like he wishes he felt more patient.
Exactly. Where I think a lot of people think they need to feel good about a certain behavior to think they are that behavior. It's like, I'm not patient, even though you are, because I don't feel good about being patient. Doesn't mean you're not still patient. It's like, I don't feel smart, but if you study all the time and you get straight A's, you still are smart because you're doing the smart thing, for instance. I don't know. There's like other types of character traits. You might not feel athletic one day because your shoulder hurts, but it's like, but did you get up and go to the gym again? Like, well, yeah, I did, and I do that every day, but it's like, I just don't feel like I'm it. And it's like, well, you don't have to feel like you're anything. You're doing the action, so therefore you are. You don't have to like it.
Yeah, but I think for me, I'm confused with the patience thing because patience, I guess, is an action and kind of a feeling. Because I've definitely had moments where I wish I felt more patient with Minnie, and I probably verbally and emotionally didn't come off like I was, and she can tell that I'm not patient, even though like I'm still waiting, I'm still showing off the emotions that I'm not patient, I'm not happy with it. Where I wish I could just be content and just be like, okay, like it's fine to wait.
And I think that's what he's getting at is like, it's okay if you don't. Like, I think some people just are naturally like they're okay just being patient, and some people aren't so okay. And let's take this to a different context. What if you were thinking, I'm not loyal to my wife? And you're like, oh no, you cheat on her? No. Have you ever? No. Do you message other girls? No. But I think of other girls sometimes. Like, but are you going to act on any of those behaviors? No. It's like, well, you're still not doing the worst thing. Would it be nicer if you just never ever thought of other girls ever? Sure. And I'm sure there's many guys who don't. But
This
there's
is a strange
definitely
example.
it's a real example of a lot of people who they have like, are you still loyal to your partner? Yes. And that's what you need to be. You need to do the action of being a good person and being loyal. But there's a lot of guys who might think, oh man, if only. It's like most guys they want everything. But the good guys will say, my duty is to do this, and they'll love it, and it's better, right?
I'm confused.
Okay.
So, no, because you're saying like, I don't know. I guess I get kind of what you're saying. Just came off weird.
Okay.
Okay. But I mean, I still don't really. I guess I get it. The patience thing is something for me, just personally. Like, I definitely want to work on that more. Like, I've worked on it, but I still want to work on it more. Like, in a sense where, like, even though I am waiting around for her, like for my daughter or something, like I just want to feel more. Just like not give off, like I'm being impatient, even though I am already waiting. You know what I mean? I want to like be patient, but also be content with being patient.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's even being content or if it's to put off that you're content, right? Because there's actors, they go on screen, they have a Scottish accent, doesn't mean you're Scottish now, right? And so maybe it's not that you need to be content. Like you could be impatient inside, but do the actions of a patient person and then portray the Scottish accent where the Scottish accent is just patience. I look happy, just chilling. So maybe it's like change how you're perceived, not necessarily change how you feel about it. And the action might change your mood. It's just like, oh, I need my body to feel less anxious so that I can go work out. Where if you just went and worked out, your body would feel like, oh, I'm out of anxious mode because my body's active. And then your brain gets out of it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So Maybe that's it. Maybe you just need to come across as less impatient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like act like I'm a patient person.
And then you'll be. Have you ever heard that term, fake it till you make it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So I think that kind of applies. Because you really do become the actions that you take. You're like, oh, I'm not an athlete. I'm not athletic. And I don't eat healthy. And it's like, I don't like eating healthy. I hate eating healthy. I'm like, but do you do it every day? Yeah. Then you are an athletic, healthy eating person. And you'll eventually become more of that, and you'll eventually like it more because you change your identity to become that thing by doing the actions that you hate. You do not have to like the actions you take. You just have to take them. And if you do it long enough, maybe you'll like it, but maybe you won't. And it's still okay either way. You could still hate doing the thing that's good for you and do it every single day. And that's fine, because then you're still better off.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what else to talk about now.
And that's it. I think it's an episode. I think it's like 15 minutes.
Okay. Well, gafa.
Gafa.
Love y'all.
Take care, y'all.
Have a good day and be kind to yourself and to others.
Nice. Positivity.